Navigating the world is a whole lot easier with a few different identities to choose from. Need me to come up with some for you?
I want to go on a vacation with Galvana. I want to go on a vacation with Galvana.
Good roll. Alright, maybe I'll take one more day off, and knock out the rest of the work once I'm feeling up to it.
I want to go on a vacation with Galvana.
Well, hello everybody. My name is La Vida Virtual. Still testing a new mic here for a second. Let's see how this sounds.
I got a new letter from an informant. Looks like the situation has changed again.
Seems like it might be a bit on the hot side, but whatever. Great music in this game. Holy moly. Alright, we are back still in jail in Mariupol, looking for Childe. It seems as though he's escaped through some pipes, and now we need to do some more digging on one of our days off. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Hey, you over there?
Hey, you over there. Ooh,
Yeah,
me?
you. Say, do you like playing card games? You know, like Genius Invocation TCG?
I'm pretty good at it. Yeah.
You TCG players are like mint in the wild, literally sprouting up everywhere.
Hey, come on now. What's wrong with finding fellow Invocation aficionados?
We're pretty busy.
All right.
But why would you be looking for people to play Genius Invocation in a place like this? Don't people usually come here to fight?
I'll play you.
Whether you're throwing down cards or throwing
I'll
punches,
play you.
it's all
I'm a
a
good Genius
competition, isn't it?
Invocation player.
It's all the
At least
same
I'm
in my
okay
eyes.
at it.
There are lots of card players here in the fortress. When I saw you, I immediately
I have a new
thought,
deck too.
Hey, even outside... Sure.
Would you chat with me?
Great! Since you've been here longer than us, you need to flex your seniority a little bit, right? Maybe you could start by telling us newcomers some stories about this place.
Okay.
I thought you would have already heard everything by now.
Pick a
Why
topic.
don't you pick?
All right. Have you heard any strange?
Yes, we have.
Did you know that there are some people who are always gossiping over in the corner?
Always gossiping in the corner.
There are
No.
two guys who are always skulking around in the corners of corridors gossiping.
Bombshell, bro.
The bigger, I never really found their gossip very mind-blowing.
Okay.
If you're interested, you can go talk with them.
Good to know.
Let me think. Sounds like you want to hear something a little more tantalizing.
I want to hear the juicy stuff, baby.
Oh, did you know that the Duke was also a convict in the fortress of Mariupol?
The juiciest of stuff. Sure.
That's right. The Duke was an inmate just like you and me.
Grizzly
Seems
was
he
a
exiled here for
convict?
committing some crime. To go from an ordinary inmate to becoming the manager of the whole
Do
place.
you know about the Forbidden
Like
Zone?
Forbidden Zone? Sounds like...
It's just a rumor we've been hearing, but no one...
Anything else? Not that I can think of.
You'll have to
But
play me with Genius? Oh, I'll play you.
See you later.
I have a time. I have time.
See you later.
Dang it. Play me. Scrub? Play me, scrub. Speaking of, are there new Genius challenges to play? I can hear somebody mowing their lawn outside or doing something. Sorry if you guys can hear that too. I apologize. Okay. Oops. Okie dokie. Let's see. Where's my deck? Search for players. Nope, we got them all. Alright. At least all in this region, anyway. Okay. Boom, boom. Hot mic, 1 2 1 2. Okay, that was an interesting rumor. Some guys over in the corner. In the corner, they're doing pretty face. Another beautiful day, isn't it? Funny dude. I'm looking for the gossip. Are you guys the gossipers in the corner? I think so.
There's a group of people over there.
It's just random female in the prison. I guess it's not an all-male prison.
So I said, that's not a faucet. Hey, who are you two? Why'd you come over
So
all of a
I
sudden?
said, hey, that's not a faucet.
Oh, sorry for eavesdropping. Sounds like you were talking about something private.
What's the matter? They're just looking to join in on our fun.
Hey, don't pretend like it's okay for them to just interrupt us like that.
You guys are so nice.
You hear that, Quisto? We're nice.
We're nice.
Your expressions tell me you're looking to hear some juicy info, am I right? But before that, it just so happens that I know you two.
Yeah, well, we're pretty famous.
Really?
So.
Are we?
You're kidding. How often does anyone get a personal tour led by His Grace himself?
Yeah, it's just a
Practically
mistake.
everyone with
A little mistake, huh? I like the way you put it. You see, people with a good attitude can join our group anytime.
I like the way you
Unlike some of
put
the
it.
others here.
Your group?
I'm Quisto, and this is Lavaroon.
Bombshell
People usually
Bros.
call us the Bombshell Bros, but don't worry. We're not playing with bombs or anything.
Information is
So,
explosive.
You two
huh?
really like...
No. You don't get it. Knowing intelligence will make things better for you here.
All right.
For example...
Tell us, tell us.
All this info's worth something, you know?
I don't mind him. Quisto's always this way. Just the welfare meals. Talk about the welfare meals.
We made the most incredible welfare meal.
Right! That meal we had...
Is that so? To tell you the truth, I've been helping out with making those welfare meals.
Oh, good job.
Oh, so you're the one who made those delicious steaks.
Can you tell us about the
Amazing.
purple meat?
You are correct. Since you like my cooking, I guess that means we share some...
Did Laverne just wink at me? Seems like he's saying, don't be upset, he's a good
Listen,
fellow.
kids, the power structure within the fortress is quite complicated. The overworlders couldn't care. You've
Okay.
already met the one person here you should never cross. The Duke,
Duke.
Risley.
Yeah.
He knows.
Those who have the Duke's attention get all kinds of special
Better
perks.
treatment.
I know who you mean. It's that Jurier character, right? I don't think there's anything useful about him at all. Why does he visit the infirmary practically every...
Faking it,
Did you
huh?
know that Churia was a talented researcher from the Fontaine Research Institute?
I don't care if he was a researcher that could turn dirt into
A person named Julia frequents the infirmary.
Speaking of which, the last time I saw him, he was passing by in the corridor with Lorvine. I also heard they started arguing in the library and got into a...
You mean he hit a woman?
Wow. But that Lorvine...
You mean he hit a
also-
woman?
you know?
Good voice acting.
She's always gabbing away, got into a fight with a man, and she also got sent to the infirmary. Come to think...
Wait a second. You don't think?
Do you think could it be that they're secretly meeting there to go on dates?
Could be.
After all, I do remember seeing Lorvine.
Confrontation with a girl named Luvine who also frequently visits the infirmary. Sussy! Sussy, sussy. Thanks for the gossip.
Is it really all right for us to...
That's just how it goes.
Yeah, I guess...
That's just how it goes. We gossip over in this house. Okay, what else?
Look! There are some people talking over there! Let's listen in on the conversation.
Sneaky, sneaky.
If you ask me, those pompous parasites on the surface act like they're all a bunch of aristocrats. Do any of them give half a hoot about a bunch of dogs like us?
Probably not.
Hey, speak for yourself, mate. I'm no dog.
Oh, you think you're special or something? If you're here, then you're just a convict like the rest of us. I've heard that even if you're released
Once a
after
criminal,
serving-
always a criminal.
I don't...
Hey, how cool would it be if the whole world was destroyed by a giant flood and everyone had to start over from nothing?
Ay,
What
ay,
kind
ay.
of filthy bilgewater you spewing? I have fed...
You
Listen,
shut your mouth.
things ain't so great on the surface, but who says that you have to leave? I've heard that you can still stay here and work even after you've served your sentence.
Not that
Who
bad.
wants to live in the ruddy overworld anyway?
And what makes you think they'd want to hire someone like you?
Whoa. Sounds like they're really unhappy about the overworld.
Are they really
Speaking of
gonna
which,
flood the
I've never heard
overworld?
anyone use the words overworld or underworld when we were living up there. Is that only something the inmates down here say?
Might be right.
That's true. Okay, we've talked to just about everyone, and it's about time for us to go meet Lenny.
Lenny.
According to the card he left us, we should go meet him in the production zone.
Okay. That's below, right? Yeah. Production zone. Can't remember if there's a fast travel point nearby or not. Let's see.
Take it easy.
Om da doom da doom. Joodo doom joodoom joodoom.
Navigating the world's a whole lot easier with a few different identities to choose from. Need me to come up with some for you?
Man, this is a long ass elevator. I'm sure there is a fast travel place here. If there isn't, yeah, there definitely is. Okay, it's that one. Where are you, Lenny? Up the elevator? Okay. Mysteries being solved. Really nice level design, prison layout. I still have to explore it for all of the secrets and chests and things, but it's okay. I can do that off stream. Let's continue with the story. If we get into like a dungeon or something, we can do that. We in prison now. Anime prison. Go to the production zone and search for Lenny. Yeah, on the last episode, we found that Childe has somehow escaped or gone down into a flooded passage, and Lenny the magician has some information for us, and we have some clues as well. What are you doing, Lenny?
Huh?
That's the secret head nod.
That look in your eyes. You found something?
Yes, indeed.
Hey, this is no time to be modest. Just tell him we found a boatload of information.
Oh, as expected of the legendary duo, you have my full and undivided attention.
I don't know if I should share it. I guess we're going to, huh? Ooh, it's getting windy. You might have a storm.
I'd have never guessed that myself. The rumors swirling about this place are unreliable after all, and Master Childe probably went missing because he found a way out. He is a harbinger after all. I suppose he's much more resourceful than I initially gave him credit for. Unfortunately, this isn't enough for our final report to Father. We need to find out Master Childe's exact whereabouts. Father told me that
to
even
help
though
diving,
Master
I
Childe
think.
said he was just coming to Fontaine for a vacation, he actually had some personal reasons. His agenda might be linked to
Alright,
his
let's
decision.
find him.
His escape route is already flooded, so we'll have to task someone with professional diving skills to chase after him.
Well, when you put it that way, it's
Fremine.
obvious that only Fremine would be up to the task.
Yeah.
Is he around?
He's working today. Coming here as a group would have attracted too much attention. I'll talk to him about it later.
Yes,
It's
please.
the least I can do. We're all in this to... Honestly, I'm far more impressed by you guys managing to collect all this information right under Risley's watchful eyes.
Oh, I think they are aware of it.
Collecting information has always been our
Risley
strong point.
knows what's going on. I know he does.
Now,
he's
let me
not
think.
stupid.
To find out more information, Fremine will have to retrace Master Childe's original route. And if he's to do that, he'll have to set out on the next pipe cleaning day at the earliest.
6 days.
That's 6 days from now.
You can
Okay.
even estimate how long it'll take for him to get back?
We've been working together for a long time. We know each other.
Okay.
Traveler. What say you to meeting here 9 days from now? We'll be able to pick up Fremine while we're at it. too.
Sure.
And there's just one last thing we'd like your help with. Though we can just sit back and wait for Fremene's report on Master Child's whereabouts,
Make progress.
we still need to make more progress on the investigation of the Forbidden Zone.
What have you given? What information are
Fremene's
you
no
giving
master
us?
of disguise. Lynette's still working on getting intel from the other areas. And
Okay,
What do you
okay,
want us to
okay.
do? Will it be hard?
well, I won't call it easy per se, but I think you'll be able to pull it off. Listen carefully. You'll need to find an excuse to get into the infirmary and investigate the room and environs.
Okay.
You've mentioned several sketchy-looking people always meeting
Yeah.
in the infirmary earlier, so it probably has something to do with the secret we're hoping to uncover. You've already met the head nurse. Investigate the internal structure of the infirmary and any active dealings within, and pass those on to me alongside. But also, there's no need to take risks. Don't forget, safety always comes first.
Okay.
Oh, my apologies. I just started
But that's not a bad thing, right? All right, then we'll head out as soon as...
Let's go our separate ways for now, then.
You
Don't
were
forget.
supposed to tell us something. I feel like once again we're being used. Paimon slowly approached the infirmary. Are they going to pretend to be sick or something?
Hey, stay here for now. Paimon will take a peek. There seem to be several people inside.
Let's eavesdrop on him. Bum, bum, bum.
It's not impossible.
Sussy.
It's a bit hard to understand them from here, so...
Potion is a result of a failed attempt at alchemy.
Someone! Please help! He's sick!
Whoa, are you okay?
Not so good.
Oh my! What's wrong, little one? There's no need to panic.
Little
Take a
one.
deep breath before you... The traveler started complaining of a stomachache, and then nausea, and then collapsed onto freezing limbs, twitching fingers, and pale
Could
Let
it be
me take a
poison?
look. Please, lie down over here.
Stomach really hurts. Oof.
Don't worry, I'll get you to the bed safely. Here, hold on to my shoulder and walk slowly.
It's cute as hell.
You can do it, traveler.
Thank you.
Don't apologize. You're sick after all. Now, please relax. I'm just going to do a preliminary checkup on you.
You're actually not sick. She gets suspicious.
I see now. My checkup has confirmed that he's not in any mortal danger. Eh? Oh, that's good. I'll continue my diagnosis of the patient now.
Relax and take a deep breath. Using elemental energy too.
Don't sense serious damage to your organs either.
It's not too bad.
And here? Huh? But based on my initial checkup,
Was my acting a bit over the top?
what about here? Does
No,
this...
not really.
I think you just ate something that disagreed with you. That's all.
Well, that's good.
So that's what it... And there have been other inmates complaining about the... Congratulations! The health risk is incredibly low, so you should recover within a... Miss Levine, I'll have to trouble you to help me look after this new patient while I'm gone.
Very well.
Where are you going?
And she hopped away, just like that.
Much more smoothly than imagined. Next, there are only two people in the room. Called the woman Lorvine. She has to be one of those frequent visitors. Yeah.
Hello. So how are you feeling now?
Just fine. Thank you. Can't keep staring at her. This guy also seems to have noticed, and he's looking in my direction
His
too.
stomach ache's really bad. He was stuffed like...
If Miss Sijuin says it's not a serious problem, then there's no need to worry. She's the best medic we've got down here.
But it also looks like she's the only medic you've got down here.
Well, that's true.
What do you mean that's true?
That's true.
That's really misrepresenting the situation. Of course, though they may have committed crimes and gotten locked up here as a result, they still know a thing or two about medicine, and they help Miss C.
Yeah,
Who's
yeah,
they?
You're right. But did you have to lecture me about it in front of another patient?
That's correct.
Are you two also?
We've been sick a while. I come back every once in a while for checkups and to pick up the medicines Miss Siegeween prescribes for us. That's just the nature of chronic illnesses. You could say she fancies herself as Miss Siegeween's
That's
capable
nice.
helper.
Please watch your mouth, Mr. Jurrier. Don't forget that you are the primary reason I have frequent heart palpitations.
Hey, don't start arguing now. Please, keep it.
Seem a pretty terrible relationship. No, I don't think so. I think they have a good relationship. There's nothing suspicious in the room. All the files on the table appear to be patient records, and there's a box. I can't check it out right now. Aren't many furnishings, huh? Seems to be a movable hatch on the ground over there.
Hey, hey! There's no need to fight. Everyone will be released.
Release. It's way too early for us to even think.
The presence of a movable hatch hasn't strange by itself, but perhaps it's my adventurous intuition speaking, but it's a bit strange. Here of all places, it's hiding something.
Please allow me to end this boring and useless conversation. Oh, and Mr. Jurrier, I don't want to see your face here again anytime soon.
And same to you, Miss Lorvine. Anyway, that was more than enough rest for me, so I'm going to get out of this
See you later,
excessively
everyone.
noisy place.
He just slowly walked off like that?
He just walked off.
That's just what he's like. I'm sorry you had to see all of that. I'm Lorvine, and that's... Well, his name is Jurrier, but I hope you'll never have cause to remember his name.
You really can't stand him, huh?
I mean, can you blame me?
Obsessed with
Who
weird
would like
research
someone
topics.
Who's as arrogant and obsessed with... I'll accompany you two for a while. Miss Siegeween should be back soon.
Thank
and
you
I'm...
for looking
no.
after me.
I'm back. Did you rest like you promised?
Thank you for getting our medicine, Miss Siegeween.
Did you all cooperate with your bed rest? I trust that nobody got up to walk around. Good. Here, this should be 2 days' worth of medicine for
Continue
you.
your bed rest. Okay.
Miss Lorvine, I left in a bit of a hurry just now. Do you still remember if we discussed the color of the pill that you should be taking today?
Color of the pill. Yellow. Do they talk about that before we walked in? Why don't I remember?
Yellow, huh? I understand. These are yours. Please, make sure.
All right, and I'll also be on my
Sussy.
way now. I hope you feel better soon, too.
Thank you. Sussy.
I'm going to fill out your medical record now. You're widely known as the Traveler, right?
Bida.
I just want to double check. Those two made quite the commotion just now, so why don't we let the Traveler rest? Paimon can answer the questions instead. So his primary symptoms are abdominal... That's it. All right then. Is there anything we should know besides to take the meds? No, his base constitution is quite good, so I'm sure he'll recover quite quickly after taking the medicine.
Stick to blander
Please bet it.
foods.
Paimon will hold the...
Still looking at me. I should try to take a nap like she said.
Oh, you're going to take a nap already? Okay then, you get some rest.
Wariness from work's holding you back. Still catch of hints of Paimon's conversation.
We've been to lots of places together. He may look a bit under the weather now, but he's actually super strong. So you're the best of companions.
Restful sleep.
Ah, you're awake. How do you feel? You slept for a really long time.
Thank you.
but
I
we
feel
won.
better.
Now you can go back without a worry in the world. Remember. Thank you, Miss Siegeween.
Thank you. Investigation. Sussy, sussy, sussy.
Seems like a lot.
Hidden door. Return to the dormitories. Okay. Okay. Sounds good.
Something. To be able to fall asleep like that and even sleep talk the entire time, you scared Paimon half to death.
What did I say?
No, but you kept mumbling things along the lines of, Pyron, go take my grilled fish and put down the Adeptus Temptation now. Paimon talked with Sigewinne the entire time you were asleep. She seems like she's just a sincere nurse, and Paimon didn't notice anything unusual.
I did. There are a few weird things about the place. That movable hatch, as well as the question Sigewinne asked Lorvine. Putting on a show? I think they were. Paimon, hear me out.
You really are super thorough.
Keywords. Are we gonna do like a thought experiment now? Thought analysis? Her disguise is impeccable. Pass the note to Lynette. Finally, the day of the promised 9th arrives. Today's
the day! Let's go meet up with Lenny!
Go to the production zone.
Did you two run into any trouble over the past few days?
None that we didn't make.
No, we just worked our shifts according to the schedule.
That's good. That means you didn't raise any suspicions when you infiltrated the infirmary. We've taken a look at the slip you've sent. Fremine successfully left the grounds via the pipes 2 days ago. And as of last night, Lynette has...
Wait, why is she getting involved as well?
You already went above and beyond when you scoped out the infirmary. To put it more bluntly, even if we were to view that as something
done more than
infiltrating
enough,
a guarded stronghold is a different kind of job from a one-off investigation. We want to avoid using the same...
Smart.
Lynette also felt like you have already taken the first step for us, so she should be the one to finish the job.
So that's what Lynette thinks. Oh, Paimon hopes everything's going well for her.
That's fine.
Then, let's go check on Lynette before Fremine returns. If everything went well, then she should be wrapping up her investigation right about now.
Is now really a good time to go over?
According to my observations, Sigewinne always spends around half an hour away from the infirmary right before lunch. And also, I'm her brother, remember?
Okay, then let's head up.
Don't get caught. Head to the infirmary in secret. Rosalino. Don't mix them up.
The infirmary's over there. The other one is the mailroom. Don't mix them up, or else I'll beat you up.
Lynette should be here right now. Huh.
She went into the secret passage.
As expected, Sigewinne isn't here, but why isn't Lynette here?
A lead?
No, Lynette rarely deviates from the plan. We agreed that if she were to make changes on the fly, she'd find a way to let me know. Unless...
Let's see if there are any clues around.
Okay.
I feel like she may have gone in the secret passage.
Ah, this is it! We saw...
Wait, this thing? It doesn't look like it's been disguised that well. The space behind it is empty. From its size, I don't think it's an entrance that is meant...
Mechanism,
Lynette have tried
huh?
to get inside? Let's look around here for some more clues.
Don't panic. Don't panic. Gotta hurry, though.
None of the beds have any signs of having been slept in.
That's the one Lynette must have used, right?
She would have said her migraine was having a particularly bad flare-up. Generally speaking, which means either the head nurse didn't return the entire time from when Lynette laid down up until she left the bed, or...
The nurse intentionally left it that way. Not a good sign. Uh-oh. Has she been Lynette napped?
There are nursing, how to raise
nothing out of the...
Sure are some interesting books. She even has books on understanding people's motivations and...
Seems quite...
Yeah, pretty normal. Has she been catnapped?
There's a slip of paper.
A slip of paper?
It's right over here, and there's a bunch written on it too. It reads, out of respect for your usual practices, I'll use a piece of paper or card as the medium to pass on my message.
Uh-oh.
You may consider this as me giving you my best regards.
This is...
Uh-oh.
Is that all? The back.
Show me! Now!
That look on your face. Paimon's reading it now. Would you care to guess where Miss Lynette of the Fatui could be right now? No. Could she have...
Wriothesley. Did he deliberately leave the infirmary unguarded to use it as bait?
Wait, you mean he was aware of our goals from the very beginning? But why? We didn't run into any trouble last time, and he also never reached out to us then.
Yes, that is a crucial question. Wriothesley, he doesn't do anything.
He knew what was
You're
going
not from
on.
the same camp as us. You were sent down here by Nervulette, so you have no conflict of interest with Wriothesley. We're a completely different story, though.
Why are you safe?
I'd like to know that, too. Why did he only go after her?
Are we sure it's Wriothesley?
Don't panic. Just think everything over. I have to stay calm. Wait, you're right. Wait, but that means the fact that Fremine was able to leave the grounds. Could Wriothesley have let him go as well?
This is pretty suspicious.
What by letting Fremine leave like that?
I don't get it, but apparently I get it. He deliberately made them both disappear.
So he's challenging me and trying to provoke me, I'm sure of it. We never should have sent out Fremine. We had to go through all that trouble to find an opening to sneak him around the guards and into the pipe, and we even thought luck was on our side. If Wriothesley let him leave on purpose, then he's probably in a terrible spot now as well.
Maybe.
More and more panicked.
Calm down, buddy.
Don't be like this, Linny. Fremine wouldn't have left if we hadn't told you about Childe.
No. I'm the leader of this operation, and I'm the one responsible for this team.
Okay, buddy.
I'll go talk to Wriothesley.
Hey, don't be reckless. Traveler, please talk some sense into him.
I agree. He's challenging you.
I simply cannot allow Lynette to be abducted again. I have to go. I'll find a way to get them back.
He's making a mistake. He gonna be gone.
He's rushed out the door. After him.
He's gonna be gone. He's probably gonna disappear too. Just like the other Fatus. The other Fatuis. And she was listening the whole time? Oh. And she's smiling? That's creepy.
I feel like we still have some room to make changes on these details.
Flashback?
It's not impossible, but it'll require extensive testing.
Experiments.
Is that so? Very well. Huh?
Is someone?
Pack everything up. Whoever's outside is eavesdropping. They'll probably come in once we stop talking.
Suspicious. But they knew what was going on, yeah.
Whoa, are you okay?
These two. As expected, they've already found this place.
Are they
They are
experimenting
quite
on
a delightful
people?
turn of events. I like smart people, but I also like
Oh.
being dumb. I like the feeling of being trusted. Oh my! What's wrong, little one?
She's
There's
sneaky.
no need to...
She's sneaky.
Being able to read human expressions is quite the useful skill.
She's sneaky.
Wait!
Don't do it, Lenny.
It's no use. We have to catch up to him.
Don't do it, Lenny.
He's already out of sight. How is he so fast? Let's go head him off at Wriothesley's office.
Don't do it, Lenny.
Where's my sister?
And then he's gonna say, I don't know what you're talking about. My name is Wriothesley. I'm the next 5-star, baby.
Come out
Yeah.
and face me, Wriothesley!
aren't we at an administrative office space? Why don't you at least try to follow even a couple rules from the fortress's indoor management regulations?
Oh boy.
What did you do to my sister?
I ran into the young miss at the infirmary. I'd heard that she was suffering from quite the migraine, so I decided to invite her over for a cup of tea. I do have some teas in my collection that can work wonders against such an illness.
Whoa.
Stop joking around! Where did you take my siblings?
I have also heard that your performances are quite the spectacle. Miss Lynette would sometimes enter a box filled with water, only to emerge the next second from another place altogether.
This is true.
Maybe she'll appear behind you right now if you were to turn your head.
Is he trying to trick me into turning my head? No. He's
All right,
probably not
chill,
looking to attack
Linny.
me right now.
Chill.
You knew we were investigating the infirmary from the start. So you deliberately aroused the traveler's suspicions and baited us into continuing our investigation, just so that you'd be able to kidnap Lynette.
I think you're going a bit over the top.
As for Fremine, no, you probably didn't even interfere with Childe's escape. You let him go, so you could purge the Fatui members that we had planted into your ranks.
There was no need to do so. The fortress of Meripede is a pretty pleasant place. Most people enjoy their lives here.
This is
the only
so
ones who act
weird.
differently are those with personal agendas. It was quite easy to identify your colleagues.
You removed our original members and spread the news of Childe's escape so Father would assign our team to come down and investigate. Fremine has also fallen into your hands, right?
Okay.
One correction. Lynette is in my hands right now, but Fremine is not.
Oh.
He's not. What do you really want?
Linny!
Oh, wonderful. Everyone is here, so I'll only need to say this once. Thank you so much for cooperating with me.
Uh-oh. We're in trouble. Where's Lynette and
Eager
Fremine?
and to the point, I see. Alas, only Miss Lynette is currently having a cup of the fortress's finest tea. Although, as per your original plan, Mr. Fremine should also have returned to the fortress by now. But he has neither shown up within my gates, nor has he been taken into any kind of custody. So where do you think he may be right now?
Wait, you can't mean you locked him outside in the sea?
I closed the fortress's gate to the outside world. That's all.
Fremine's a star diver, so he should be fine, right?
No,
Yeah, he'll
we're
be
still
okay.
here, so he definitely tried to find a way to come back for us. So we can't assume he might have made a break for the surface.
But why would I do this, you may be asking? To have an audience with you, of course. My intel tells me that Mr. Linny is a great magician, so it's only natural for me to want to have some cards of my own when it comes to negotiating. Besides, I do recall you mentioning to Miss Lynette that you've always wanted to have a face-to-face meeting with the Lord of the Fortress of Meripede, regardless of whether it was in a personal or a professional
This is crazy. What a
Well, you
weird
got
quest.
your wish.
So, you've been keeping tabs on us before we even set foot in the fortress.
Sneaky, sneaky.
Some of my folks just happened to hear a thing or two, that's all. In any case, I will be straight with you. I was willing to play dumb and turn a blind eye, so we had a pleasant few days playing games together here. But once you started focusing on the Forbidden Zone, all of that changed. Mr. Linny, the cards are stacked against you right now. Miss Lynette is in my hands, and Mr. Fremine is still slowly being pickled out there in the brine. You know justice. You need do but one thing to guarantee their safety. I would like you to contact your superior.
Hello.
And ideally, invite her over for a cup of tea with me.
Oh boy. Do we get to see another little chat with Arlecchino?
You want to see Father? But why should she bother giving you an audience?
Well, if she cares for the well-being of her dearest children, she should have plenty of motivation to join me for a parents' evening.
A parents' evening.
I've heard that the bonds between the members of the House of the Hearth are like the bonds of family. I don't see why she would refuse.
Blackmail,
Why did you think Father sent us to handle the Fortress of Meripede? This place is basically a no-man's land. It wouldn't be fitting for anyone as important as a harbinger like Father to come here in person.
See, here's what I'm guessing. I could be wrong, but I'm guessing that Arlecchino knew that this would happen and wanted an invite.
Oh.
But maybe I'm
I
wrong.
see. So it's because she doesn't care for my place here. That's such a shame. After all, I've amassed quite the tea collection. I was looking forward to sharing it with her. Both Monsieur Neuvillette and Lady Farina have already received many samples as gifts.
Potential spam, huh? I've got a call real quick. I'll be right back, I promise. I'm sorry, guys. Alright, it was spam after all. It sounded like somebody was playing music in the background or something. Anyway. Sorry about that.
Was this the extent of your master plan to get to Father? No matter how much pressure you may put on me, I won't allow you to use us to blackmail her.
Oh, yeah?
You people really are difficult to get along with. All I'm asking for is a face-to-face conversation. Does she truly have no interest in the fortress's secret? Mr. Linney, you have one last chance to invite your father here. If you refuse...
Why do you have to do this?
Instead of asking why I'm doing this, why don't you try to see things from my perspective for a second?
I agree.
From the very beginning,
I totally agree with him.
Actively infiltrating my fortress.
Trying to steal the Gnosis, dude.
I gave you a warning by cutting off the first few operatives I found, but that only caused you to double down. Had you given up on the fortress then and there, I'd have no reason to want to talk. Mr. Fremenet left the fortress on his own, and Miss Lynette tried to pry out my secrets right in front of me. No matter how you look at it, the responsibility for this falls on you.
I shouldn't ask Father to do anything because of us.
6, 5...
Wait,
2, 1. Time's up. It really is a shame, Mr. Linney.
Risley!
Negotiations have broken down. Please leave, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for my afternoon tea.
They're gonna fight? Can we talk about this?
Yeah, listen to the Traveler. If you can't talk to Linney, can you at least talk to us?
You do realize that I'm only letting you go because of Neuvillette, yes? You're here helping him out, and I've already done my best to stay out of your way. But that doesn't mean you can just do whatever you want. The fortress may be small and remote, but it still has its own set of laws.
Oh, but I also want to help these guys.
Then how about this? Those who are capable deserve respect. You've spent quite some time investigating my home turf by now, so why don't you tell me a thing or two about what you found?
Our mentals.
I'll ask you 3 questions. Answer all of them correctly, and I'll agree to your request. Question 1. Regarding the hidden rules of the production zone, what is the truth behind the one about not being allowed to work for 3 days in a row? If you keep working without rest during lunch hour on the 3rd day, you'll find a portion of strange meat in your welfare meal. It's a good thing we've already run this investigation. Let's see if we can remember the clues.
Yeah, Phoenix right, baby. Gumshoe's right back. Hey, it's Gumshoe. No motive, no crime.
What happens if you violate production's hidden rule? Okay.
I've been told that the infirmary is always empty for the half hour just before lunch.
Okay.
The Fonta promoter has been struggling because he doesn't recognize the real value of coupons. Meanwhile, the Duke believes that only idiots who don't understand the value of coupons
Who will see it if you keeps working continuously? The nurse?
We often see Miss Siege.
Okay. Under what circumstances does this strange meat appear? 3 days.
I've been told that the infirmary is... The Fonta promoter has been... Fonta's internal report suggests that they're starting a new trial of an unnamed and unpackaged product. But the research notes said that the Melusine race perceives the world very... According to Collins, the Pancration tournament only took place because the Fonta company sponsored it. The company must want a return on their... The research notes said that the Melusine race perceives the world...
What circumstances
report suggests that they're
does
starting
a strange
a new trial of an...
Why does the strange meat appear the way it does?
We often see Miss Sigewin observing the Fonta promoter has been struggling because he doesn't recognize the real value of coupons. Meanwhile, the Duke... I've been told that the infirmary is all...
I don't know.
According to Collins, the pancreation...
Hypothesis incorrect. Under circumstances does the strange meat appear?
The research notes said that the Melusine race perceives the Fonta promoter has been struggling because he... I've been told that the infirmary is all...
Maybe that? Was she doing that? Yo, before lunch, that's totally it. The nurse was spraying the food or something. Why does the strange meat appear the way it does?
The Fonta promoter has been struggling because he doesn't... Fonta's internal report suggests that there's...
Oh, okay, we got the third one, but not the last one.
The research notes said that the Melusine...
Hypothesis correct.
Ah, so that's what's going on. Paimon understands it now. Who would have guessed? The hidden rule of the production zone. People are not supposed to work 3 days.
What are you wearing?
And if they do, they'll get strange meat. At first we thought this strange meat must have something to do with the people who disappeared. But in reality,
Sigewin
she
did
often
it.
visits the production zone to observe the workers' health and makes a note of anyone who has worn themselves out after 3 full days of work.
So she's giving them like a healthy food or something?
Out of her sense of duty as the head nurse, as well as her genuine concern for the workers' health,
Stamina boost.
Sigewin has only the best intentions with her surprise gift and doesn't want anyone to find out about what she does. However, unfortunately, Melusines as a race perceive the world differently from humans. The recipients of her lovingly prepared special meals
Cannot taste the care.
Are we on the right track?
Not bad. You've uncovered Sigewin's secret and even guessed her intentions correctly as well. It's nice to know that her efforts have not gone unacknowledged.
I still think there's more about her,
Now
though.
for my next question. There are also some hidden rules in the pancreation ring, including the one that you're not allowed to support both sides of a fight.
I have no
Why
idea
is
on
that?
this one. I do not have a clue about that. I received... if I remember, someone tries to support both boxers at the same time. They receive a package in the next morning which contains a strange blood-colored liquid. Done a lot of research. Let's sift through and found the correct answer. What happens if you violate the Pankerton Ring's hidden rule? The blood. Who sent the package containing the strange blood-colored fluid?
I've been told that the infirmary is always empty for the half hour just before lunch.
It could be Sigewin.
Fonta's internal report suggests that they're starting a new trial of an unnamed and...
Okay.
We often see Miss Sigewin observing the prisoners at work near the production zone. The Fonta promoter has been struggling because he doesn't recognize the real value
Could
of
be the Fonta
The
promoter.
research notes said that the Melusine... According to Collins, the pancreation tournament only took place because the Fonta company sponsored it. The company must want a return on their investment as well.
The company. Why does it look the way it does?
The research notes said that the Melusine... The Fonta promoter has been struggling because he doesn't recognize the real value of
Only
coupons.
idiots who don't will
Meanwhile,
spend on the Fonta.
we often see Miss Sigewin. Fonta's internal report suggests...
New trial? Why do those who buy tickets support both fighters? Receive the package. I don't know.
I've been told that the infirmary... Fonta's internal report suggests that they're starting a new trial of an unnamed and unpackaged product. But the... Fonta's internal reports...
I have no idea.
The research notes said that the Melis... According to Collins, the pack...
I have no idea.
I've been told that the infirmary...
Got 3 out of 4.
The research notes said that the Fonta promoter has been...
This one? Yeah, okay. I still don't quite understand, but... Paimon will elucidate.
So there really was nothing to be afraid of. pancreation ring is about how, people get scared when they see it because they've subconsciously begun to associate it with the missing boxer. But really, it's just a bottle of the latest yet-to-be-named and packaged new form of blood-red drink. It's no wonder even Fanta's own staff were questioning the company, facing backlash from its own staff.
Try the product.
Decided to try to trial the product
Yeah,
on
but
a
why?
smaller scale.
This I don't understand. The next question I don't
Came to
understand.
the fortress of Meropide and offered to sponsor the pancreation tournament, so the Duke, knowing how valuable coupons are in the fortress, knew that only total idiots who didn't understand their true value would bother buying a Fanta product here. And so, only those who proved their stupidity by being dumb enough to bet on two opposing sides of the same match were selected to receive the drinks.
I acknowledge the effort you've put in, although based on your description, that Fanta promoter is a bit too careless with his words. I may just reconsider my collaboration with the company. Oh, and here's the final question. What's the secret behind our head nurse and all of her patients in the infirmary?
I'm not sure about that.
Stop your cruel and pointless games, Risley! You know that we haven't finished our investigation, so there's no way we can answer the last question. The thought of sparing
Lenny.
you pay for this?
Someone shot him?
Lenny, are you alright?
Oh, close one. I owe you, Sigewinne. That was a fantastic shot.
It was nothing, Your Grace. Sigewinne, though this gun may look like a toy, it's actually fully functional, as I just demonstrated.
Sigewinne.
Are you an accomplice?
Not at all. I am merely a resident of the
Protecting
fortress.
it is my
and thus
duty.
protecting. When Monsieur Nervilette asked me to come here, he told me that my job would be to take care of the well-being of...
That's nice of you.
What you just said, then isn't Linny someone you should be looking after as well?
If you're close with
I
Nouvelette,
really am just doing what Monsieur Nervilette told me to do. Everything I did, I've done to protect them. His Grace knows it too, right? Your Grace? Mind proving my innocence to them?
My dear Sigewinne, whatever shall I do with you? Would it have killed you to just wait another minute or two?
Well, it's nearly time after all. The way you do things can be truly frustrating sometimes, Your Grace. I figured I should try to talk some sense into you. What are you talking about? What time?
Take me if you want. But let them go.
How touching. Can you just give me one more minute?
Don't be like that,
this
Your
quest
Grace.
is so strange.
All right, everyone, calm down. 2 more visitors will be arriving any time now. I'll go get a cup of tea. Miss Sigewinne, I leave Miss Lynette in your care.
You... What are you doing?
I believe I hear footsteps.
Who is it? Fremine and Childe?
Some space, please.
Clorinde. Hello.
Ah, Miss Clorinde. My door.
What is she doing here?
Fremine.
Oh, she saved Fremine.
Fremine.
What's going on? What is Clorinde doing here?
Work.
Work.
I'm sorry about shooting you, Mr. Linney. The tranquilizing effect will begin to wear off soon. Please take it easy in the meantime, though.
What happened to Fremine? Wasn't he diving just outside of the fortress? Why is he looking like...
It can't be.
Like...
A flushed face, an accelerated pulse. He
Primordial seawater. Is that the secret?
What did you say?
Please, make some space. I'll need to give Mr. Fremine a more thorough checkup. Your Grace, I'll leave the rest to you.
I'll talk to Clorinde while you get Fremine to where he needs to be. Everything else can wait.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Try to understand the situation of the people around you. Are they experimenting on the primordial seawater? Does it have something to do with the gnosis? Lenny's expression looks disgusted. It seems like he'd rather not have Sigewinne's touch Fremine. Still, he didn't stop her. examining carefully. Doesn't look too upset, which is a good sign.
How is he?
These symptoms are probably caused by an acute ingestion of a large amount of primordial seawater. Still, his condition is not critical.
That's good.
Of course, it would be best if he stayed for further observation. Let's leave him here for now.
Okay.
Sorry. I am aware that the infirmary may not be your favorite place in the world at the moment.
Why would he ingest a large amount of primordial seawater after leaving the fortress? How could that possibly happen?
Maybe the pipe doesn't lead to the outside.
Please, look after Mr. Fremine for the moment. I'll go fetch some medicine and a respirator. Oh, I'll bring Miss Lynette back with me.
Where is she? How is she right now?
Oh, she just took a nap in an empty room after I tranquilized her. If my calculations are correct, she should also be waking up right around now. You might know.
Lenny trusts her. What a weird quest. Okay. Alright, now Clorinde. We haven't actually
What's
seen...
that look on your face? I thought I made good time on the way back.
Oh, I'm just admiring your punctuality. Had you arrived just a few minutes later, Sigewinne may have been forced to shoot Mr.
admiring your
Lenny again.
punctuality and your... Yeah, anyway.
How's the situation out there?
The water has changed. It's pretty much as expected. The concentration of primordial seawater has increased significantly.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
I was only out there a short time, so it wasn't too bad. But if one were to stay for any significant amount of time...
Where was he when you found him?
The abandoned zone at the end of the pipes. A good distance into the water.
Closer than I thought. He must have recognized it early on and tried desperately to swim back.
Locking the door was necessary. I don't think we could have saved two.
Well, I did try to convince him that I had my reasons. Never seems to work, though.
It would probably work on Neuvillette. He has a knack for picking out who had good intentions, even when the outcomes were all terrible.
So, the seas are increasing in concentration with primordial seawater, which seems like very bad news.
That's a bad sign if you're having to plead your case to Neuvillette. Want some tea?
Not particularly. If you want to drink some that badly, just say so.
Fine, I'd like to get some tea. Want me to get you a cup too, since I've already made it?
Might as well then, I suppose. Actually, do you have a towel? I would like to dry my hair.
It's so strange. It's the most we've seen from Clorinde ever. Strange.
Lenny, are you okay?
I'll be fine.
Are you sure? You don't look alright.
My hands and feet are still a bit weak, but...
Well, it's your own fault. It's Sigewinne.
Lenny! Oh, Traveler, Paimon, you're here too. Fremine? Is he...
He'll be fine. But for now, please help me lift him up.
You alright, Fremine? Guess so. He ain't dead. Oh, nap time.
His breathing's beginning to slow down.
Give me a hand and help me get him to the infirmary.
Yeah, I'll take him from this side. Lynette, together?
On it.
Traveler, you seem pretty worried about him.
Sure, I'll come with you.
The Duke and Clorinde are gone. They probably went to get some tea. The Duke will explain the truth in just a bit. Miss Clorinde will need a break, since she only just returned from rescuing Fremine out of the sea.
Just what happened there? And where's Childe? And what's with the experimenting going on here? This is crazy. Okay, I guess they're going to explain something to us. I have to say, I give them credit. I definitely do not... Is it up here? I think so. I definitely do not... know where this is going. I Except it seems like they're trying to research something, or they're trying to stop the catastrophe that was in the, you know, there's like a folk tale that the sea is going to rise up and drown everybody, and all this people will be washed away, and the land will be started anew. And the Archon, who is our homegirl, crazy homegirl, will be crying, and she'll be the only one left. So I think maybe they're trying to stop that from happening.
He's awake.
In some way.
Remine, how do you feel?
Lenny. Lynette.
We're all here.
Where am I?
The infirmary, at the Fortress of Meripede, Mr. Fremine. And you are no longer in any danger. How do you feel? Don't push yourself.
Okay.
Traveler. Paimon. It's been so long.
It's been a bit.
The sea. There's something wrong with the seawater.
Yeah, we know.
Shh, it's okay. We can talk about it after you've recovered.
No, listen to me. This is really serious. There's primordial seawater mixed into the regular seawater. I don't know why it's there, but no one should touch it.
What happened?
Pipes. Right, the pipes. It's all coming back to me now.
Ooh, flashback. Are we gonna get a little flashback? Yeah, we are.
I'm in. Seems like this pipe hasn't been used in a long time. It looks abandoned.
Where's Childe?
Where could Master Childe be?
Are we playing as him? Yo! Let's go. I actually have this guy C6, but I haven't upgraded him at all. He's kind of a weird DPS, physical DPS mix with some cryo abilities. Yeah, he's kind of cool, but I like that weapon. I don't have him built, and I don't think I will, to be honest. I've got so many other characters I want to build. Nuvi, Let, and Linny, and some other supports as well. Older. There might be chests in here. I should be looking around. I can't remember his kit. I should probably look it up. Ah, whatever. It's just a story. Who cares?
This mechanism looks like it's been tampered with. Could he have done it?
Tartaglia? Likely so, yeah. Okay. I'm just gonna rotate. Yeah, it is. Cool. I don't want to fall down there, I don't think.
Door of Resurrection activated.
Anyway, yeah, this character... It's not as if he's terrible, but... He's like a weird... physical DPS that can mix with some cryo stuff too, and you like can choose how you I think you like charge up his pressure meter, and depending on when you release the pressure meter, it gives you different effects. I think something like that. I can't remember. I haven't used him, so. Now we need to raise it up. Yeah, there we go. Miss any chests? Je ne sais, mon ami Flamine. Yeah, let's see what happens. Okay, it's like cryo now. And then if you use the skill again, then it does frost damage. So if you use this and then you attack, and then you use it, you also do frost. What about level 2 and 3? There's something, I can't remember, some different, some deal with that. Whatever. Sky Master Head. Oh, yeah, we're in a big story quest here. We got put in, our characters got put in jail to try to investigate where this guy, I don't know how to describe, I don't know how I'm gonna fill you in here. I'll do my best. The two main characters got put in jail sort of by the head of the government in order to investigate the disappearance of a spy from another nation.
It's easy to
The spy also got sent into jail, but he's disappeared. And now I'm playing as in a flashback. I'm playing as another character right now in a flashback, investigating a secret area. Yeah, so that's sort of new one. That sort of will help you, I think, a little bit. But it is pretty, yeah, this is a brand new quest. Yeah, it just came out a couple days ago. And it sort of is like, it's really interesting, actually. You sort of have to do like these investigations, almost like a Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney game. I don't know if you've ever played any Ace Attorney games. Yeah, I don't know if you've ever played any Ace Attorney games, but you had to do like these investigations and then plan your day around getting these coupons that are used as currency. And, yeah, anyway, very strange quest. I liked it though.
Where the water starts.
Okay. Oh, you never played Ace Attorney before? They're actually really fun. They're super fun. I didn't think I would like them either, but I've streamed them quite a bit because of practicing my voice acting and stuff. So.
Master Childe probably dived into the water. I'll go take a look as well.
Yeah, Childe is the spy that we're looking after. There's more to the story than that, but... Oh, also, there's a mysterious prophecy in this land of Fontaine. This is the newest region that just came out a couple of months ago. And they've added a couple of new sections in the last couple of days, including an underwater prison that we're in right now. But there's a prophecy that says that in this region, the sea will rise up and kill everybody except for the god of water. And the god will cry and be sad. Is Genshin considered an RPG? I would say it's an action RPG, yeah. It has... I'd say so. It's not a traditional RPG, but it has a variety of characters that you can build in many different ways. Here's the whole list of all the characters. And you can build them in different ways. It's actually pretty stat heavy, but you don't have to worry about this kind of stuff. But here's the different attributes. You know, you have your HP, your attack, your defense. Your elemental mastery is about how much damage you will do in reactions. So if you apply, for example, in this particular team... Oh, never mind. I can't do my teams right now. But you can apply, like, for example, hydro, or you can apply water to a character, and then you can do what's called a vaporize reaction. So if you have more elemental mastery, you do stamina. I don't think really matters. I mean, it does matter, but you have your crit rate and your crit damage, your healing bonus, your energy recharge affects how often you can use your big ultimate attacks called elemental bursts. You have skill cooldown, so your skills you can only use certain types. You can have how long your shields last, and then you have your bonuses for your different elementals. You have Geo, Cryo, Animo is wind. Electro. Dendro is like an earth-based, plant-based stat. Hydro and Pyro. So I would say, and then you build these artifacts around your specific characters. So yeah, so each character you want to have built in a certain way depending on their talents. This is the other thing. Each character has certain talents, which include not only your normal attack, your elemental skill, which you can use. Usually you can use this more often, and then your burst, you need a lot of energy to use your burst. Although each character has a certain amount of energy is required to use their burst. But anyway, so you want to build, for example, this character right here is pretty unique. This is Albedo, and his kit is all about defense. So when you get artifacts for him, as you will see, I don't have a lot of crit rate and crit damage, although it'd be nice to have more. But what I do have is a bunch of defense for him. His kit requires you to build him for with defense. And your kit is also each weapon that you give. There are many, many different types of weapons. These are just all the swords that I have. And the rare swords are these, 5-star, and then you have 4-star, and those usually the better weapons are either 5-star or 4-star, although there's some good 3-star weapons as well, but they're not very many really. But anyway, so for example, your weapons are all very different as well. So you can make, the real fun about Genshin is not only the exploration, which is sort of similar, I would say, to Breath of the Wild. You like climb and swim, and there's a stamina bar, and you can use a glider like Breath of the Wild can use. But the fun about the game's combat is that you build a party of 4 characters, and you can switch between them whenever you want in the middle of combat. And you like try to get these reactions, and you try to get the conditions that you want to occur. So, and unfortunately, it takes quite a long time to build characters because this is a gacha game, which means they're trying to get you to gamble, right? Anyway, so these artifacts are, you have to kind of do these domains or these little challenge battles basically to try to randomly get an artifact, and you have to, it's so annoying. You have to try to get one. You don't have to, but if you want your characters to do really well, you want to try to get as much of the certain substats of the artifact that you want. But that's not even enough, because once you get an artifact that you want, then there's a random chance when you're leveling up that artifact that one of the 4 stats will increase while the others will not. So there is quite a bit of math and well, the game is very simple in terms of you can only attack, or you can sprint, or you can jump, and you can use your skill or your burst. But the real complications comes in with the amount of combinations that each of your party members can be put in. So you can make, and now there's quite a few characters, so I have them all. But you can see the combinations, right? Like, if you can make a party of 4, that means there's a lot of different combinations of teams that you can do. So it's pretty fun to play, actually. It's very relaxing for me after playing games like Lies of P and Guilty Gear Strive and Resident Evil. It's nice to relax and play a fun little exploration game. The story is also, I think, pretty compelling, but you know, not everybody's going to be into like the high fantasy. The world is also just ginormous. Now that the game has been it's been around for about 3 years now, you have just a huge variety of
wherever the tide takes me,
stuff to explore. I mean, it's massive.
Earth still shines.
It's massive.
I'll always have a home to return to.
And I'm like an anime fan as well. You can see the anime aesthetic, although it is incredibly predatory. I feel very bad. I'm sure there's people who've spent, I mean, I've spent a good amount of money on the game myself, but I have a job and, like, you know, savings account. But I can imagine there's probably people who've spent way too much money on this. Anyway, in this particular region, they just added the ability to swim underwater. They haven't had this. So I'm hoping that they add that to more areas in the game, but I doubt they will, to be honest. So it's pretty cool. It's a new method of exploring.
The vegetation here is a bit more sparse.
Yeah.
These traces aren't natural. A person must have left them, and recently. I should be going in the right direction. There are traces here too. I need to keep going.
We know you get sick from something.
Traces are gone, but I don't see where he could have gone from here.
So it's a pretty compelling game, I have to say, honestly.
What the? My heart is racing, and it's getting harder and harder to breathe. What's going on?
The primordial seawater.
No good. I have to get back. They still don't know anything about what's going on. If I turn back right now, I should still be able to make it.
Oh boy. He's quite the diver. Return to the shore quickly. Oh, my health is going down. Well, don't worry, Fremen, I have food. Nom nom nom.
I can't die here. This is bad. I'm feeling worse and worse, and I'm still underwater. I have to push on.
Uh-oh. Well, we know Clarin saves you, yeah. This is a character that hasn't come out yet, but she's a duelist and a badass. So I'd say this is an RPG, yeah, not a traditional RPG, but...
So, in other words, the trail you were following vanished, and you had no idea where Master Childe could have gone. But there was also no obvious place for him to have disappeared to.
I hope he didn't get turned into primordial goo.
Mm-hmm. That's right. I tried my best to swim back, but I had already put some distance between myself and the fortress, and I just couldn't find the strength.
Miss Clarand brought you back, but we also don't know why she just suddenly appeared at the fortress, or why she went out to save you.
I suppose our warden here will tell us.
Miss Clarand, you say? I must go thank her in person.
You're still too weak, Fremine. You can go after you've had some more rest.
Miss Lynette is right. I believe Miss Clarand will stay here as a guest for another few days, so there's no need to hurry.
A guest? Then I can assume Risley was the one who invited her to come down here?
You should ask His Grace about that. He'll be able to explain better.
I'll go talk to him.
It's about time he actually told us what's going on. Wanna come with us, Libby?
No, please go on without me. I don't want to leave just yet.
Lenny.
The logical part of my brain is aware that we're safe right now, but I still can't bring myself to leave. Both of you are just in danger.
Understood. Then let's just sit together for a while.
Oh.
In that case, I'll leave the infirmary to you. The Traveler and I are going to head out for now. As long as you stay in here, I don't think you'll be disturbed.
Thank you.
Sneak in there while she's gone. Le Deluge. Primos. I got Primos. Yeah, so this team, for example, is an interesting one. I wish I could show you in battle, but there hasn't been much battle. It's been more story in this quest. But I suspect there will be some soon. But maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. First of all, we gotta have some plot dump here. Alright, tell us some deets.
Excuse me?
I take it Mr. Fremenet's condition has stabilized?
Of course. I wouldn't have left the infirmary otherwise.
I've been expecting those two, but might I inquire as to the purpose of your visit, Miss Siegeween?
I wanted to check up on Miss Cloran. How are you feeling?
Mostly fine, I think.
If you don't mind, I'd like to perform another quick physical exam. It'll just take a few minutes.
I'd like a physical exam with Clarin, too.
All right. Thank you for looking out for me. I'll take my leave for now, then.
Well, want to explain yourself, Risley?
Of course. But I'm not partial to the word choice of explain.
Please enlighten
How about,
us, then.
Where should I begin? How about you start by asking me any questions you have? You can start with whichever one you'd like to get answered the most.
Then Paimon will begin. Did you know about Lenny's goals from the very beginning?
I suspect so, yes.
No. I just knew they were Fatui operatives sent to the fortress by the Knave. As for their specific goals, I only figured those out as you made progress on your investigation.
You managed to monitor and stay ahead of them even though you didn't know what they were trying to do?
They came here with ulterior motives. I'm quite adept at discerning what that kind of behavior
Yeah,
signals.
why didn't you stop them?
Initially, I thought their goal was just to investigate Childe's disappearance. Linny suggested that I had deliberately let him escape. But in truth, I didn't really do anything special to help or hinder him while he was here. Everything he did, from finding helpers to leaving this place, he did on his own. Of course, it's inevitable that the Knave would make a big deal out of her fellow Harbinger's unexplained disappearance. I'm also quite curious about where that Harbinger went. So I figured I might as well let the Fatui do their own investigative work. All I care about is the answer.
So you were hoping Lenny's group would just do your work for—
You make it sound like that's a bad thing. Unfortunately, things didn't go as planned. I assume that Fremenet has told you already, the ratio of primordial seawater. The Forbidden Zone has always been Lenny's target, and you got roped into that investigation after running into him. I began to intervene out of concern for your safety, and also to prevent the fortress from becoming entangled in more irksome matters.
Oh, really?
Are the rumors true? That you're also a former criminal?
Why would you put it like that? Isn't staying here all day and serving as the manager of the fortress a kind of sentence unto itself? Another form of prison?
Oh, right. Paimon wanted to ask, who invited Cloran down here?
Me, of course. I paid her good mora to come down to the fortress for some field work. As a champion duelist, Miss Cloran could be considered to be an independent party. I needed to find an exceptionally capable person to help me get through the impending crisis.
And saving Fremenet was part of that crisis?
You can think of it like that, yes. Credit where credit is due, that boy is quite adept at diving. Had conditions not been as hostile as they were, he probably would have found the missing Harbinger already.
So what's inside the Forbidden Zone?
That's not something you should be asking after. Neuvillette only asked you to investigate Childe's whereabouts.
Oh.
All I need to prove to you is that the Forbidden Zone had nothing to do with the Harbinger's disappearance. That should be clear now that you've spoken to Fremenet.
Not so clear.
We've already uncovered that there's something wrong with the infirmary, and we've answered a bunch of questions that you threw at us. Isn't it about time that you answer our last question in return?
State secrets.
You make a compelling case. Do you really want to know the answer that badly?
I suppose so, yeah.
Even if the truth may not be pleasant?
Sure.
Follow me.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Follow Riesly. Bom bom. Secrets. I knew there was something here. I saw it when I used my Spidey sense.
There's a door here? And a whole basement behind it? Huh. You're pretty good at hiding stuff, Risley.
It seems you've forgotten just what kind of place the Fortress of Meripede is.
Okay, Paimon. Dum-dum. Secret tunnel. Secret tunnel in the Fortress of Meripede. Secret tunnel.
Stand on the central plate.
Wait, is there a secret mechanism or... Whoa!
Domain.
So, this is the Forbidden Zone? Honestly, for a place so well get in. Paimon sure doesn't see anything.
And that is...
Door.
There are 3 such isolation gates in total. Generally speaking, I'm the only one who's allowed to go inside. Hence the name Forbidden Zone. Am I correct to assume you're going to run on back and tell your little Fatui friends everything?
Well, Paimon wasn't thinking of keeping anything from them.
No, I think you probably need to.
Well, I'd advise you wait until you've seen the whole truth of this place for yourself before deciding whether or not to tell them.
The Gnosis, if I had to guess. Also, you definitely shouldn't be telling Fatui. Don't... Man, Paimon, you're kind of dumb, dude. I mean, we've literally been losing Gnosis after Gnosis after Gnosis to these evil people. I know Linny's your friend, but come on now.
Huh. So there's a switch on the side.
Stand back.
Whoa. They all just went up one by one.
Well, we'll find out.
Have a...
Secret chests. Sneaky secrets. I want to explore this place because I don't plan on coming back down here unless I absolutely have to. I don't want to miss any collectibles. Which might count towards world progression because I'm quite good at finding them all. Really nothing here. Quite strange on its own. There's also a device smack dab in the middle of the room. Looks like a sluice gate.
I've been interested in what lies beyond that gate ever since I assumed leadership of the Fortress of Meripede. Of course, it would be unwise to recklessly open it. But it'd also be risky and negligent to simply ignore any potential danger that could. The readings on that dashboard have not budged since the day when I first laid eyes on this place.
What the frick?
But over the past year, the needle has crept upwards from its original position.
Uh-oh.
Likely because some parameter it's been tracking has changed, if only infinitesimally.
Primordial seawater.
Normally I would have ignored it, but I happened to have some free time when I noticed it, so I investigated. Any guesses what the reading could be tracking?
No, primordial seawater. That's not the right answer.
Very reasonable guesses. I've considered the temperature should vary with weather and climate changes, so for something that rarely shifts, the water pressure is more likely. We ran a few tests to increase the pressure from the outside. Later on, a few more possibilities occurred to me, such as a potential connection with the primordial sea.
Don't be dumb, traveler.
Over the past few days, the needle has moved again. With that, and the symptoms that Fremine displayed after leaving the fortress...
Yeah, we know.
The concentration of primordial seawater? But we're already under the sea!
And that is precisely the problem. We're at the bottom of the sea, and now we're surrounded by toxic seawater. Somehow, primordial seawater got mixed in, and the concentration is steadily rising.
Uh-oh.
Yes.
But forget about the two of us. Not even Novelette knows where the primordial sea could be, much less where we could find and plug a leak.
Seems like you've figured it out.
Oh.
I believe the primordial sea lies directly beneath this sluice gate. For some reason, the primordial seawater levels have risen significantly, and it's now very close to us. The indicators are now red. Although the gate still stands, some primordial seawater has already leaked out and mixed into the sea around us.
Uh-oh.
If this continues, soon it will no longer be able to hold back the primordial sea at all. Yeah, you know what the legends say. If this place falls, then everyone in Fontaine will be turned into puddles in the span of a night.
But that's just too weird! Why would the Fortress of Meripede be built right above a sluice gate for the primordial sea? Who built this place anyway?
Who built this place
Your
anyway?
expression tells me you think this might be part of a vast, complicated conspiracy.
No.
To be honest,
yeah,
you might find the actual answer may be exceedingly boring. It's just that the secret of the Forbidden Zone had been long forgotten by the nation before I rediscovered it with my research.
That's dumb.
There's no single founder of the Fortress of Meripede in any traditional sense. What we know about its history has been left to us by the people who used to live here. When the previous Hydro Archon, Egeria, ruled the land, all convicted criminals from Fontaine were exiled. The people drove the criminals away like a wolf pack.
Okay.
The criminals received no sympathy of any kind from the people. They were exiled to the desolate seaside, where they experienced only some of them began to repent and prayed to the Hydro Archon, asking if there was still anything they could do.
You may guard my secret.
The Hydro Archon took pity on them.
Deep underneath
said,
the waves.
So, leaning on the power of the Hydro Archon, they gathered underneath the sea and began to build a fortress. They became a community. As the number of exiles increased, more and more people joined the community. When the first group of exiles died, the Hydro Archon continued to lend her support, allowing the fortress and what it stood for to continue growing ever larger. Before long, this dark and with that, the people here stopped referring to the fortress as a prison. They saw themselves as repenting sinners who would regain their freedom once they had sufficiently redeemed themselves. But as time went on, people also realized that the fortress was a lonely place. Once they had gotten used to life here, they could no longer feel comfortable living in the overworld. Once they had finished serving their sentences, some people left and some others chose to stay. They'd find some idle position and let their withered souls fade away with the ancient secrets of the past. After many, many centuries, few people still remember the reason for the fortress's founding. Now they just see it as an integral pillar of Fontanian society, as the place where criminals deserve to be sent. Now and again, researchers manage to break one law or another and live out their days in the fortress. I learned all this from...
But now you know every part of that history is true.
Indeed. It's just as the prophecy says. If this gate fails, then everyone will be dissolved into the sea.
Uh-oh.
To be frank, not really. But sadly, that hasn't stopped this prophecy from proving all too accurate. Prophecies are troublesome things. Just hearing one will create the first wave of panic. Seeing signs of it will bring about the second, and actually witnessing it in real time, the third.
What are you gonna do?
Let's go somewhere else. I want to show you something.
What you gonna do? Say what you gonna do.
What song is that? Frick.
Your Grace, perfect timing. The results from our last round of experiments have...
Wait, Jurier, he's not alone.
Huh? Lorvine and Jurier?
Yeah, you're the researcher.
No need to panic, you two. I've already told them about our plan.
What? After you warned us not to tell a single soul about any of...
I'm skeptical as well. Are you sure they are trustworthy?
I'm skeptical as well.
I mean, we did save the world a few times, so, yeah.
The results speak for themselves, don't they? These two may already know more than you could ever imagine.
All right, then, if Your Grace insists.
They seem harmless enough, so I'll trust them for now.
Well, how about some reintroductions? This is Jurier, one of the highest-ranked researchers from the Fontaine Research Institute. He used to work under Edwin.
Yes.
Good. Saves me a bit of time. Edwin's main areas of research were archaeum and gravimeters. As his assistant, Jurier is quite familiar.
Okay.
You want to blow up the fortress of Meripede?
Ah, what a lovely idea. I'm already imagining it in my head.
Gotta admit, I'm tempted as well.
Guys, focus! Focus!
That taskmaster over there is Miss Lorvine, and is also one of my technical consultants. While Jurier used to be Edwin's...
Okay.
Ooh, are they together?
Was that necessary, Paimon?
See, everyone keeps asking this question. Are you too sure you're not a couple and just using your work as a convenient cover?
Your Grace!
If I dated her, I'd officially be madder than Edwin.
Jeez, forget I said anything. Follow me.
Whoa, there's another door that
So
goes right
anime.
out.
Your constant amazement makes it seem like the fortress can do anything.
She is pretty annoying.
But Paimon really thinks everything's super cool.
Is it just a normal room? Obviously not.
Well, let's spice it up a bit. And here you go.
Oh, my lord. Primordial Sea? What is this?
What a huge ship? This is also a production zone that Paimon's never seen before. What's going on?
How much do you know about Fontanian history?
Not that much.
Well, then maybe you haven't heard the story of ancient Lemuria. To give you a quick rundown, Fontaine used to be ruled by the Lemurian dynasty. According to legend, the Lemurian king Remus came to this land after being inspired by divine revelation and found the seer Sibila, who had taken on the form of a golden bee.
Golden
Taking
bee?
the golden bee with him and riding on a huge ship, the Fortuna. He created his nation above the surging waves. He called his nation Lemuria, and used the Fortuna to incessantly search for new tribes and islands.
Okay.
There's a ship in this story too?
Where there's water, there'll be ships. People believe that hope can always be found at the end of a voyage.
Do you believe that too?
To a point, I think. As you've already seen, I have a whole factory's worth of labor, materials, and technology at my disposal. Certainly can't hurt to give it a try. So the moment I began to speculate that the Primordial Sea might lie underneath the gate, I also began this project.
What is this, like Noah's Ark?
Were you inspired by the legendary Fortuna?
Maybe. Fontanians need something to hold on to cope with the impending disaster.
This is a big old plan.
Were the workers to find out the truth behind this ship, riots would destroy the fortress faster than any catastrophe. As the fortress's administrator, I'd never make such a reckless call. All right, that's enough talking for now. I'll need another 3 cups of tea to soothe my throat. Do you have any other questions? Seems like you're good. Come on, I'll take you back.
Wow. Okay. That's wild.
I'll leave you here for now.
Oh,
No worries. But don't forget, it's up to you whether or not you want to share what you just saw. What you do from here on out will likely affect those 3 as well.
He means my actions will now decide the next step of Lenny's group takes. In other words, I want to tell Lenny the truth. I must make him understand that we cannot afford excessive conflict right now.
we'll put a lot of thought into it for sure.
Great. I look forward to what happens next.
Interesting. Love and the library, quiet and cool. Return to the infirmary. Love and the library, there are no rules. Surrounded by stories, surreal and sublime, I fell in love in the library once upon a time.
Welcome back. Do you want a cup of tea?
How can you be so much like Risley, always drinking tea?
Huh. Actually, now that you mention it, I just remembered something now. While I was sedated, I could still barely hear 2 people talking next to me. They were discussing everything, from the leaves to the water and even the teacups themselves.
Must have been Risley and Sijuin.
Yeah, I heard 1 male voice and 1 female, so...
They really were just talking about brewing tea.
Can't make sense of this.
So, Traveler, Paimon, were you able to learn anything from Risley?
Sure were.
Yeah, he explained everything.
Very well. Then, would you mind checking your answers against my speculations?
Are you feeling better?
Yeah, I took the time to rest, so I'm feeling a lot more relaxed.
Nobody else is around, and Miss Sijuin is also busy with something or other.
All right, then I'll posit my theories. I asked myself 3 questions.
All right, Phoenix, right?
Firstly, why was Fremine affected by the primordial seawater? It was because he dove into the sea. My theory is, the long-lost primordial sea is probably very close to the fortress of Mirab.
Bing, 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 bing.
That's our Lenny.
Secondly,
It's also pretty
Risley's
obvious.
attitude changed dramatically during the course of our stay here. He ignored us completely at first, then suddenly roadblocked us. I spent quite a long time thinking about this. If he has been monitoring the Fatui since the very beginning, he probably ignored us at first because he was hoping we could find Master Child for him.
Yep,
What's
correct,
more,
correct.
The Fortress of Meripede is not part of Fontaine's court system, nor does it report to Udex Nervilet. Risley is basically the king of a no-man's land.
Yeah, true.
As long as the fortress doesn't do anything about Master Child's disappearance, Father can use it to pressure the Fontaine authorities. And while the 2 factions are pitted against each other, Risley will be free to move between the parties of interest.
Correct.
If I had to guess, he probably has something that he's working on himself. It's likely related to the secret of the infirmary, but...
Very nice.
You're super smart.
Thanks so much. Then finally, there's the last... If Risley does have a plan, what could it be? All I know for now is that his plan probably has something to do with the changing nature of the seawater. He's even gotten Cloran to help him. That can't be the full extent of what he's doing. There's probably a secret passageway behind the block in the infirmary, and there's something big in the fortress that most people here never get to see. He has a bargaining chip, and it could be important enough for Father to deal with him directly.
Yes, indeed.
I don't have enough information, so I have no idea what his chip might be. But let me guess. You have the last piece of the puzzle.
Yes, I do. You share what you learned. Why? To the spies? Emphasize now is not the time for disputes.
The sea will engulf everyone. Just like the prophecy said.
Could Wriothesley have wanted to meet Father to figure out a way to deal with this crisis? If you remember, I once mentioned that Father sees the House of the Hearth as her base of operations, and she truly wants to resolve the crisis. But how could Wriothesley have known that?
I don't know. Maybe he knows Father.
Or perhaps he didn't know, and just wanted to bring Father over to his side? Which...
Yeah, that makes sense to me. I understand your concerns as well, Traveler. I'll figure out a way to The two of you have already aided us far too much. We probably wouldn't be standing here right now if not for you.
Maybe.
If you ever need anything else going forward, please come to the House of the Hearth at any time.
Wow. Okay. I've got a few things that we could ask you for, like, I don't know. Tell us everything about all of the Fatui Harbingers.
Though you may not share the sentiment, after all that we've gone through together, the three of us basically see you as family now.
You have my gratitude.
Thank you for protecting Linny when it really mattered. And thank you for sharing the secrets of the fortress with us. We didn't think you were going to do it.
Why are you being so formal all of a sudden?
Don't mention it. Tummy hungry?
Paimon's hungry.
Oh,
Alright, then we'll catch you guys another time.
Frickin'. Alright. I will say, one thing about this game that makes me happy is it is, I don't know if it's the cultural differences between the Chinese writers or if they use an international team or whoever does the writing, but I definitely cannot get a beat on... I shouldn't say that. Depends on the quest, but at least half of the quests are very surprising to me, which makes me happy. Because a lot of anime especially is like really formulaic, you know? Like you know exactly what's gonna happen.
It's time for dinner.
But not here.
Meals now being served in the coupon cafeteria.
Come on, let's go pick up ours as well.
Alright, robot, give me a food.
Traveler and Paimon, over here. Are you here for dinner too, Miss Sijween? And I'm taking the opportunity to prepare Miss Cloran's dinner as well.
Careful, don't give her mystery meat.
You're right. She's actually sitting in the fortress cafeteria. What would you like to eat?
Can we choose?
Yep, you can. I've already talked to our chef, Mr. Wolsey. It's all on me today, so you can get whatever you'd like.
Thank you. Biggest portion.
Me too. Don't forget no problem.
Dishes arrive with flavor. Also get some drinks that taste a little strange. Help you relax.
So delicious.
Thank you.
Paimon's so happy. Paimon wants to feast like this every... Feeling full yet? How's the food? Delicious.
Thank you.
I'm so glad to see you all so happy. Oh, see, the expression on your face just now? The muscle here just moved, which suggests that you're feeling quite relaxed at the moment.
I wonder if people will enjoy this character when she gets eventually released. I bet she's kind of adorable.
Sijween, do you do this to help your patients or to better understand human beings?
Both.
A bit of both, I suppose. I'm a Melazine, which means I'm very different from human beings. I must know what you're thinking if I want to take good care of you. You're really good at taking care of people. Even though you're so short, you still talk and act like an older sister. Really? You're reminded of an older sister? Oh, and what did you mean back in Wriothesley's office? When you said that you were protecting Linny and his siblings as well. Oh, that. I I just asked His Grace to look out for those children, especially that diver boy. I was getting a bit worried after hearing that something was wrong with the water. Thankfully, Glorand is very strong and managed to save him in the nick of time.
You don't want her
His
to
Grace
hang out
also
with
sealed
us?
the pipes
She's just
after
chilling
Glorand
over
left,
there.
to make sure that Lenny wouldn't impulsively chase after his brother. Although the path was blocked, we still stationed some guards
Look
there
at the
to stop
robot.
anyone from approaching.
Eat
They
your
were
food.
instructed to only open the door once Miss Glorand had returned. Oh, and I was keeping an eye on Mr. Lenny as well. We had to press him, but we couldn't allow him to be in any real danger.
You were all super considerate and really thought.
It's just what we do down here at the fortress. At least this
Shot
has
his
been
ass
Grace's
with a
style for as
tranquilizer
long as I've
gun.
been the leader.
I hope her kit gets tranquilizer guns, but I kind of doubt
wish
it.
Monsieur Nervula would come down here more
I'm sure it
often,
won't
too.
be.
I feel like he'd like it here.
She'll be some sort of
With all
healer,
the
obviously.
darkness and chaos.
It's hard to imagine New Villette outside of his
Get a
office.
good night's rest, you two.
Jesus, what a weird quest. What a strange quest. It's pretty fun, though. Megastar, me ayudas? No, I'm sorry, Megastar. I'm streaming. Not that you can tell right now, but lo siento. I'm streaming. One of my friends on Genshin is asking for help, probably with a domain or a boss or something, but... I'm sorry. I playing Genshin. I streaming the quest.
Return to the dormitories. Slytherin house.
I'll tell him. Lo siento. Lo siento. Directo. Sorry.
Take it easy.
Perdón, no worries. No problemo. Ding, 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 ding. Ding, 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 ding.
So much has happened. I'm super sleepy. Are you sleepy too?
Yes, I'm also getting sleepy.
Oh, she's out. She's hell out.
Delicious.
Delicious free food.
Get out of my way!
Uh-oh.
Why is everyone running?
No idea, but something must have happened. Stop asking!
Uh-oh. The water?
Who's yelling?
What's that sound? We need to go. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. The pressure? The sea?
What happened? Why is everyone running around? Hey, what are you doing?
No time to explain, mate. Goodbye.
Hey, wait!
See ya, I don't want to die.
What's wrong with these people? They won't even talk to us.
They're here! There you are!
Oh, thank goodness!
We're still in Lavaroon. Do you know what happened here?
We came here especially to inform you. Something seems to have gone
Evacuate.
terrible. Everyone was saying you two are new here and you don't have many friends, so you might slip through the cracks. Haven't you heard all the stories like that? An evacuation is successfully complete.
Yeah,
Wait,
yeah,
you're the
yeah.
one who brought that up?
Hey, shut up!
Okay, whatever. The point is, you should come with us. Yeah, you
Evacuate.
said to get as far away as possible.
Oh no, it can't be that thing.
Whoa, wait, what? What? Hey!
We have to go find the Duke. You two just go and get out. Go on without us.
Hey,
Uh-oh.
hey! Be careful!
Something bad's happening.
Please evacuate upwards and outwards, upwards and outwards. If you're already at the topmost layer, then try to move as far outwards as possible.
Uh-oh.
Attention. We got big problems going on here.
Go to the Forbidden Zone. Uh-oh. Cutscene, let's go.
They're here.
Just like I said.
What happened?
Oh no. These cutscenes are amazing usually, by the way.
But be ready to run.
Careful now. Freeze it. Hey yo. What a beast. That's not gonna work for long, I don't think. Oh, wow. Close the door.
Three, 2, 1.
Yo, the music though. Oh, baby. Yo.
This won't hold it for long. Find Neuvillette. Tell him the defenses are about to collapse.
Then what will happen to you?
Until he arrives, we're the last line of defense.
Oh boy.
The gate. How long do you think it'll hold?
That depends on us.
Oh, that was very nice. Very nice. Get to see Risley in action.
Neuvillette, why are you here?
Traveler, I need you to head to the Opera House immediately. Farina will soon be meeting with the knave there. You must protect Farina, and make sure she doesn't spend too much time alone with her.
Are you gonna tell me anything else?
Will do. You have my sincerest gratitude.
Uh-oh. 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 Spend too much time alone with her. Is she going after the Gnosis? Oh, this should be wild.
Look, there are a ton of Fatilian Palais Mermonia people over there. Are you two the traveler in Paimon?
Yes.
Though I'm sure he's already explained, this should be a mostly cordial conversation, unlikely to give rise.
We'll see. Don't frick up diplomatic relations, please. That all depends. Don't let her spend time alone, huh?
Oh, so you two are the honored guests Miss Farina mentioned.
Ooh,
of course,
nice to meet you, Harbinger. Number 4, too, high up on the list.
Must always have 2 or more guests at my dessert table. Otherwise, the occasion would be too lonely and unbecoming of my station.
It is my pleasure to make your acquaintance, traveler. I have heard much of your accomplishments. I am the Knave, one of the 11 Fatui Harbingers.
Oh, I know who you are. Head of the House of the Hearth and Lenny's sibling's father. Certainly does not seem easy to deal with. Pleasure to meet you too.
I've already prepared seats for you. Come, sit beside me.
Perhaps you two are unaware of how Miss Farina and I do things. You see, we actually recently agreed to get together for tea when we had the time. See this? This is a limited type of confectionery that Miss Farina simply adores. There are only 16 slices sold every day. Here, why don't you and Paimon have a taste?
Paimon will definitely have a taste. The Knave is a force to be reckoned with. I should be very cautious.
Traveler, what do you think of this cake?
Quite tasty.
That's good to hear. So what Childe said was on the mark after all. You do share a taste in desserts with Farina and I.
Yes. Why would Childe say something like that, though?
I wonder how he's doing nowadays. You must have heard, right? He's suddenly gone missing. I'm really worried about his safety, you know. Here's to hoping that he's an excellent swimmer.
I have faith.
Since we're talking about him, I feel like I should add something. His martial prowess really looked certainly pretty impressive, yeah.
She's nervous.
Oh, so you're
So we
also
got
familiar with his
bad blood.
aptitude for fighting, Miss Farina. Oh, right. I almost forgot. Childe was subdued by Udex Nuvillette right in front of you.
Yep, that was a good
Against
cutscene,
ordinary
too.
people, my colleague would never be on the back foot. But alas, he just never imagined he'd run into such a person. I must express my admiration for Monsieur Nuvillette.
Yeah, I have some news on him, by the way.
Coming from you, that's not surprising at all.
But I thought you would be happier to hear the news.
Of course, but it's still a bit of a shame. You see, I would have been far happier had I received this news somewhat earlier. As you well know, a long time has passed since Childe disappeared.
Well, we just found out, so too bad.
Well, in any case, there's no need to worry. We know for sure that Childe is still alive.
Oh, and just how do you know that?
Well, we have his,
Because we found evidence that proved he left the Fortress of Meripede.
No, it's because
And
we have...
where did he go after leaving the fortress?
We don't know.
Well...
The Fortress of Meripede lies deep beneath the waves. Unless he pranced right out of the main gate, he must have had to swim for it. Do you have any proof that he surfaced safely?
No. But there's no evidence he's been killed.
Ah, that is good news at least. His sister Tonya sent a letter to Fontaine not too long ago. Since he was unfortunately unavailable, I picked it up on his behalf.
That's illegal.
Do you have any idea how he usually writes back to his family? Dear Tonya, your letter made me feel like we were still enjoying our time in Snezhnaya together. I'm currently admiring the scenery on the streets in front of the Opera House.
Are you writing back
Is it
to her?
something like that?
I'm not sure if I'll be able to convince her, but at least can try to distract her. That sounds good, yeah.
All letters tend to follow the same few formats anyway, right? As long as the contents are accurate, it doesn't matter so much how it's written or how it's worded.
Hold on. The water in the teacup is shaking.
I suppose this is also a sign of things to come, Miss Farina.
Huh? I don't quite understand what you're trying to say.
Have we entered into the next stage of the prophecy?
We have indeed. We have indeed. Uh-oh. Another cutscene, let's go! 2 for 1.
My thanks to you both. I will take it from here.
Sure you don't need a hand?
Quite sure.
Alright,
Wow.
Dragon Man, let's see it.
So, what's your secret, huh? Let me guess. Nah, who knows? Maybe it's just your sense of responsibility.
Sounds about right.
I hope nothing bad happens to him. Maybe he is the Gnosis. He totally is, isn't he? No. Because if that was the case, how are they going to get a hold of him? Maybe he can give his power away or something.
A day may come when the prophecy is fulfilled.
But
and
today
the
is
waters
not
burst forth.
that day.
But
Today
it is
we
not
fight.
this day.
Today we fight.
Yo, the badass.
This ancient power could easily obliterate an entire race. A tsunami of fury would unleash endless catastrophe.
Calm yourself, Torrent.
This sentence is too severe. Forgive me for overruling it.
Whoa. Hey, yo. Spicy.
All right. Seems like the problem inside has been suppressed.
Let me guess. We're safe for now.
Indeed. But only for now.
I win this bet. You owe me a present.
Very well. It was indeed just as you said.
You made a bet?
We made a bet on the size of your entourage. Cloran thought you wouldn't come down by yourself.
I figured you would have at least brought a few people along for appearance's sake. It appears I underestimated just how confidential the mission was.
Shouldn't you have gotten used to confidential missions by now? That's just how the courts operate.
So what gift must the loser give? Tea?
He already has tons of tea in his office.
That wouldn't happen to be a dig at my lack of legal awareness, would it?
Well, I'm sure His Grace doesn't consider the fortress to be outside the law.
I was under the impression the residents of a place like this would be uninterested in the legal codices.
That was obviously a joke. Anyway, you've still got some unfinished business to attend to in the overworld.
Yes.
No need to stay here if you have a pressing matter. We all know you can't leave Palais Mermonia for long.
Thank you.
You can't leave Palais.
I hope everything went smoothly with the Fatui Harbinger.
Not exactly.
I must say, we've spent long enough playing house, Miss Farina. As the Hydro Archon, I am sure you understand the exact meaning of the phenomenon we just witnessed. Or should I say, that's what I originally thought. But looking at your expression, was I wrong? And you haven't a clue?
What are you trying to say?
At this point, I don't think there's any more need to speak as diplomatic representatives. Allow me to speak to you now as just a Fontanian. You know the prophecy by heart, and also that every part of it is being proven true. Yet, here you are relaxing, drinking tea, and eating desserts as if it's all nothing more than a few stray bugs in your garden. Do you really think that's acceptable? The prophecy's hanging above our necks like a guillotine. Every faction is looking for a way to either avert the disaster or save their own. Even the orphans of the House of the Hearth have devoted everything to saving their homeland. But you? It beggars belief just how nonchalant and carefree you have been. From the very beginning, you, the god Focalor, you have utterly failed to take action.
You're wrong. I've never ignored the prophecy, nor have I just been passing the time in self-indulgence. Retract your accusation and stop doubting the wisdom of the gods with such absurd conjectures.
I am not alone in my doubts, you know. All the children of Fontaine may be harboring the exact same thoughts right now. Oh, great Hydro Archon. How are you going to save them? Save us? How are the people you've sworn to protect supposed to survive in a land that will soon disappear beneath the waves?
I have my ways, and I've been working on them for all this time. Even if you look down upon me, you have no right to judge me.
True.
Fontaine will be saved. Even if I still cannot see the true future right now, as long as I continue on as I am, I will be able to hold my head up high.
You tell him. He's actually refuting the knave's accusations. She's
then
not putting on a front.
Miss Farina, just what have you been working on?
Don't tell her.
Where can we see it, and what is it doing to help?
Don't tell her. Was she really not telling us? Now she's deflated like a balloon.
My machinations are just like the prophecy itself. They will only reveal themselves at the fated time. It is just that beings like yourselves are unable to perceive them as of yet.
I see. As a god, the proof of your labor always lies beyond prying mortal eye. Allow me to be so bold as to ask another way. Would it be possible for you to tell us the parts of your plan that are not confidential? Such as your emergency response plan for the impending disaster?
An emergency response plan?
Oh, that look in your eyes.
Oh boy.
Have you not even prepared one of those?
Oh boy, the drama.
The emergency response plan is also strictly confidential.
Then allow me to jog your memory. Miss Farina, what is the purpose of your Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinal?
Don't tell her.
And what do you plan to do with the massive amounts of indemnitium that has accumulated over the years?
The Oratrice? It's just like it appears to be.
So you also have no idea. If I'm not mistaken, someone's using it to prepare for something. But unfortunately, it would seem that someone is not you, Miss Farina. I first caught wind of this when Linny tried to investigate the Oratrice in the Opera House.
Yeah.
You see, even just getting close to the core contaminated him with an extremely large amount of indemnitium.
Yeah.
But even if that had nothing to do with you, then what could you possibly be working on, oh great Hydro Archon?
Why would she need to tell you?
Oh, right. I almost forgot. Udex Neuvillette is not at the tea party with us today. Miss Farina.
Hey, Coded.
I suppose you must have
Hope you had a
ordered him
good day,
away
buddy.
to take care of some
This quest has a lot
troublesome
of drama.
business.
So much drama.
Yeah, yes, that's exactly right. Please keep it a secret for me.
Of course I will. Although, I must say, Miss Farina, you seem quite insecure without the
So
Udex
much
by
drama.
your
You
side.
had a good day? Sweet, sweet.
Oh, very well. Let's stop that conversation here. There are still a few slices of cake left, so please, help yourselves, everyone.
You fought your brother? Did you beat him? Those aren't topics I can speak about. I don't even know about Neuvillette. If I had to guess, he probably went down to deal with the surging sea, but can he really deal with it all by himself? Yeah, he is. He's a badass. Nice. Glad you had some fun. I'm going to watch some football in a few minutes, but I want to see if there's any more to this quest.
Traveler,
You missed a couple of cool cutscenes, but it's
to
okay.
handle a few matters on behalf of the Udex. Why don't you take an extra slice of cake? Those who work hard deserve gratitude, and you too, Paimon.
Thank you. Paimon will take you up on that offer.
The knave proceeds to change the topic.
Oh, Paimon's super full. That cake was great.
If it's on my tea table, it must be of the highest quality. Yes, and we must thank the knave for bringing these over as well.
You're welcome. I'm sure the cake also felt greatly honored to be featured at Miss Farina's table. And I was merely catering to Miss Farina's tastes, seeking a chance to chat over tea.
I learned that holding kick when doing thrust makes it more damage in Guard Crush. Sweet. I haven't played it since the update. Yeah. That's cool. That's really cool. I didn't know that. Thank you for sharing.
It is getting late. Why don't we call it a day? There are still a few matters that I need to take care of, so I must take my leave now.
Very well. We'll end it here.
Mind seeing me off, Traveler? We could use the opportunity to discuss Childe before I must be on my way.
Sure.
Paimon's coming too.
Arlecchino, the big baddie, and we also have the god herself.
The tea party turned out to be even more difficult than I'd imagined. Why are you looking at me like that? Is something the matter? If there's nothing urgent, then I shall be retiring for now.
See you in 4.2, baby. See you in 4.2. She's a weird one, alright. That's the god of water, by the way. He raged. He hates thrust and bomb bag. Yeah, well, you gotta pressure him. Faust is hard to fight if you don't know how to do it. He's an odd character. You like can't let him do his thing with the items. If you let him pull items, you're gonna get screwed. But you also just can't rush in blindly. You have to be careful about how you approach. Unless you're like a really fast character or something. I guess you can probably get in pretty easy, but that was pretty interesting. Man, that's a juicy ending to these quests. I want to see if there's any more. I suspect there will be. I was getting beat a lot by him. He mains Nago. Well, Nago got those buffs, man. Anyway, I haven't played since the update. I've been so busy. There's been like a bajillion other games I've been enjoying, but I'm glad you're having fun. Next time I fight you, you're gonna probably win.
I'm glad that you were willing to come with me. Of course, Childe was just an excuse. I have no interest in your dealings with him.
What do you want to talk about?
That's what Paimon thought.
You lent your aid to the children of the House of the Hearth. As their father, I would like to express my gratitude.
No problem. Was there something else?
That was all. Formal topics should be discussed in formal settings, and informal topics in informal settings. I know you just returned from the fortress of Meripede. Relax. I have no intention of trying to get anything out of you. Linny, Lynette, and Fremine are still there, and I trust their judgment and abilities.
They've all been working very hard and have always done all they can
15
to
to
fight
6?
back against anyone who tried to stop them.
That's good.
Especially Linny.
That's good, man. I'm glad you're sticking with you're sticking with Faust as well. That's fun. How do you feel about him after the patch? I heard good things.
You mean Ridesley. He's a tricky one to deal with.
One of the reasons I'm not... Well,
it's unfortunate
listen
that
to
Linny's
this.
so eager to prove himself that he can't learn to rely on others, including me.
This is a very important character that we haven't seen any of before, almost.
By the way, and you can just consider this a bit of idle gossip, but what's your impression of Furina? You are outside of our disputes, and the freest person in all of Fontaine, able to move around most easily. Allow me to share my perspective with you.
She's not impressed, I have a feeling.
And that's everything that happened during the trial. Master Childe was declared guilty and immediately transported to the Fortress of Meripede.
Didn't he say he was coming here on vacation? Does he not feel an ounce of shame for all the trouble he has caused?
I...
Forget it. He did give us an opportunity. I will be meeting someone shortly.
Do you require help with any preparations?
No need. I will take care of it myself.
I don't know all the patches. Yeah, I read the patch notes with Testament, and I'm not impressed. And to be honest, I don't know if... And I haven't played the game since the patch, and it's been like a long time. I've been busy with other games. It feels like the game is even more aggressive than it used to be. And I really like it. But I don't think it's... I don't think I care for how the game has been made in this patch. I think I preferred it before, to be honest. The meter stuff is cool though, but it just feels like when I'm playing a defensive character, you might feel like that too with Faust, but it feels like playing a defensive character like Testament that I'm just like blocking the whole time. I mean, you know. Anyway. That's not really the case, but you can do stuff. But
I need to meet with Furina, the Hydro Archon.
I'm not that
She is
impressed.
at the heart of Fontaine. But what's fascinating about her is that she often seems more like a celebrity than a working Archon.
Well, maybe we'll learn more.
Oh, come over here, you little critter, you! You dare to run from me? Stop right this instant!
My goal is just to discover the location of the Gnosis. But I didn't expect the chance to approach Furina to be handed to me on a silver platter. This is so easy, it's actually making me a bit suspicious. Anything left unguarded is usually just bait. But no one will blame someone for taking the bait. After all, from the moment it was attached to the hook, the bait is meant to be sacrificed.
Ooh.
It's just as I guessed in the second before I struck. The Hydronosis is not currently held by the Archon.
Yeah, she wants the Gnosis, I knew it.
In fact, this Archon doesn't seem like a god at all. And I sense that she's under some kind of curse.
Who are you? And what are you trying to do? Please don't kill me. I'm begging you, please.
The fear in her pupils is genuine, so perhaps she's not bait after all. Either way, targeting her has lost all meaning.
I feel like, and this is just speculation, but I feel like nobody's really low tier anymore. Just nobody's. There's like OP characters and there's strong characters in that game. It feels like to me, watching Strive, I watched a big tournament last weekend that I don't know. I'm not super impressed. So with it, not super impressed. But it's fun. It's a good game. Here's my speculation that Mr. Neuvillette is somehow operating the Gnosis, or the Gnosis is somehow in the court system itself, like in that would be my guess. In that in the judgment. I'm not sure.
I left the scene with ease. Nobody came looking for me, and nobody could serve as a witness to my near assassination of Fosor. I suspect even Farina dares not mention this incident to anyone. Not long after, my informants confirmed what I had guessed. After returning to her quarters, Farina quietly cried alone. She was so scared that she could not sleep that night, nor could she even bring herself to eat her cake. There's no doubt that there's something wrong with her. I began to entertain the possibility that she is not the true Hydro Archon. Perhaps Iudex Neuvillette is actually the genuine
No, I don't think that's the case.
I have to find the Gnosis. If the Neuvillette hypothesis is correct, he is probably in possession of it. Alternatively, it might have been hidden in a place that's hard for ordinary people to access.
Yes, Father.
My dear children, please speak.
News from the fortress of Meripede. Master Childe has gone missing. On top of that, the contacts and guards we bribed at the fortress have all gone quiet as well.
Probably the handiwork of that Ridesley.
I'm afraid so.
This is a good opportunity. The value of a Harbinger is much higher than most would imagine. We now have an excuse to exert diplomatic pressure on the Fontaine authorities. Set up a meeting for me. I would like to meet the Hydro Archon and Iudex Neuvillette. Oh, and I have an additional mission for you three.
Yes, Father.
Tartaglia's disappearance was not a part of my plan, but I can use it to make a breakthrough. With this as my excuse, I can ask for an official audience.
Can you
and
clip on
continue
Discord
my
me beating
investigation
my
of
brother?
Farina
Sure,
and Iudex
sure.
Neuvillette. The initiative belongs to the
Please do,
House of
thank
the
you.
Hearth. My wish to investigate the fortress of Meripede will be a front. Lenny and his group will be responsible for the actual intelligence gathering.
Spicy. Very spicy.
You should know the rest.
But I think she's
Lenny's
wrong
group is
about
quite
the
close to you,
Gnosis.
so they wouldn't have hidden anything from you.
You attacked the Hydro Archon?
It wouldn't mean anything, even if you shouted it from the rooftops. After all, even Farina herself is still pretending that nothing of that sort ever happened.
Alright then.
I've now
Not
had
all
two
right,
chances
she's
to
evil.
enjoy tea with Farina. I have to say, the leadership of Fontaine is even more inscrutable than I had imagined. I once surmised that Iudex Neuvillette must be the Hydro Archon, but now, That doesn't seem right to me either.
I agree. I think it is not the case.
I am a servant of Her Majesty the Tsaritsa. Over my years of service, I've learned how a real Archon conducts and carries themselves. Whether Eudex Neuvillette or Farina, neither fits the bill. It's hard to imagine either of them as the Archon.
Well, Archons are different, just like people, but still, I think she is the Archon. But I could be wrong.
Of course, that is all just how I feel. Gut feelings often do not require justification.
But I think she's right about the curse. That's some interesting lore there.
It is, however, quite amusing
All right,
to me
I'll watch it after the
that
stream.
After all my years working in intelligence gathering, I've come to realize I am at a complete loss regarding the identity of the god of the land of my birth. Don't you think Fontaine is quite intriguing?
It is.
A catastrophe looms, yet many secrets have yet to rise to the surface. It looks like Fontainians will have no choice but to save themselves. Ultimately, though, one must survive in order to do anything else. Should the need arise, I would be happy to cooperate with you.
Oh, you would, huh?
You don't need to commit to anything right now, of course. I have a feeling that the situation will continue to evolve, and as your name is often connected with noble deeds, I'm sure we will work together someday.
Neuvillette.
He certainly returned quickly. You must want to catch up with each other.
I'll watch it
I'll
when the
leave
stream
you
is
to it.
over. Yes, indeed. Should be almost done here.
Neuvillette, is it over?
For now, yes. But this issue will prove quite thorny in the long term. I'm concerned that sooner or later the prophesized events will occur. Thank you for protecting Farina.
What happened?
To put it simply, I used my power to force back the Primordial Sea and reseal the sluice gate.
And we'll tell you on this side what happened. It's a lot.
So as expected, the knave has turned up the pressure on Farina. She's trying to feel her out, though I'm still unsure as to her motives.
Oh, you should know. She wants the, Gnosis, of course. Can I have some questions?
Permission granted.
You have enough power to force back the Primordial Sea? Does this mean you have a deeper connection?
Whoa. It can't be that you're the real Hydro Archon, right? But that's just a speculation on our part, though. You can't tell us? Then that's okay. We can talk about something else. We won't try to force you. You guys in Fontaine are super strange.
If by the phrase, you guys, you are referring to Farina and I, then although I'm not sure just what you are trying to imply, I must clarify that I do not share her positions on a multitude of topics.
Did you manage to protect?
I believe so. The fortress has a long and complex history. It has seen much grief and suffering. And now, another catastrophe will soon be upon us. I mourn this turn of events.
Huh? Why is it raining all of a sudden?
Because he has power over water. Or she does. Maybe he is the Archon. I kinda doubt it. Clear skies are suddenly filled with clouds. Light soon to a downpour. He's definitely like a god of some kind, and he's definitely connected with Farina, but how exactly? I don't know. I wonder if he's like something she created. Or, and what's the deal with the curse? Thinking back to that legend and what Fremine said, it said that a dragon of water once resided in Fontaine. Every time it weeps, the skies would be clouded up with rain. Yeah, no, we know this. You're definitely the dragon.
You may be closer to the truth than you think.
Oh? And what are you thinking?
He's the dragon sovereign of water.
The dragon of... Huh?
I mean, we've met a few dragons, so...
Please do not be so surprised. Farina?
Neuvillette!
My apologies.
We were just guessing randomly. We didn't guess right, did we? You're not actually the dragon.
No, he definitely is.
You guessed correctly. I sincerely hope you'll be able to keep this a secret for me.
Right, of course. We'll definitely help you keep it a secret. There's
Dragon God.
something Paimon wants to ask you, though.
Please, go ahead.
Well, if you are the Dragon Sovereign of Water, and you were able to force back the primordial sea from the fortress, then since Fontaine's prophecy is all about seawater, couldn't you just use your power to solve the crisis?
No.
None of the currently living dragon sovereigns in the world, myself included, possess our full dragonhood. They say that when the first usurper arrived on Tivat, they seized a part of the dragon's power. Today, that stolen power is the basis of the Archon's authorities.
That's interesting.
There are 7 elemental Archons and 7 matching Dragon Sovereigns.
The Dragon Sovereign of Water who lived through that era perished a long time ago. As their successor, in any case, I believe I will not be able to do much unless the Archon disappears and returns their elemental authority to me. Given the status quo, however, I would recommend finding another way to deal with the prophecy.
Yeah, no, we're not killing Farina.
Oh, so even you can't solve it.
I still have some urgent matters to attend to at my office. If you have any more questions regarding ancient history, you are welcome to discuss them with me at a later time.
I shall.
Please go right ahead. There's a place that Paimon wants to go to.
See you later, Nuvolette.
We'll see you another time.
Take care.
Spicy. Okay, I think there's probably a little bit more, but what a quest this has been. There's probably a little bit more to the quest, but I think we're just about done. And we got an introduction. We got an introduction to the knave, and Nuvolette is a badass dragon god. That we already knew that, though. But the mysteries are abound. I hope you guys have a great day. Thanks for spending some time with me, Coded. Enjoy Guilty Gear Strive and have a great Friday and weekend. Thank you, Skymaster. Thank you, Coded, and everybody else as well. Y'all are the best. I'll see you soon, okay? Yeah, take care, buddy. We'll play some Strive sometime. Bye-bye, bye-bye, everybody. Bye-bye.